nice and breezy out here today, you all. Nice and breezy.
You see, there's just one thing I would like to know. What's the problem? What's the problem? Tell me, what's your problem? So what's the problem? Five, four, three, two, one. What's the problem? Tell me, what's the problem? So what's the problem? Tell me. Five, four, three, two, one. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wanna know. Oh, tell me. So what's the problem? I wanna know. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wants to know.
So what's the problem? What's the problem? Ain't no problems over here because Jesus is on the throne. Hey everybody, it's me, the Queen Bee, Angie B, and I'm buzzing in the Beehive studio waiting for my bestie Laretha to arrive. And there she is. There she is. There she is. Welcome.
Hello, Angie B.
Hey,
Here
girl.
we go again with another episode of So What's the Problem?
And this time we're sporting some of your favorite colors. I have on my blue for Alopecia Awareness Month because I'm going to celebrate alopecia all year round.
Yes.
I ain't got no choice. But we're also sporting red and white for Sickle Cell Awareness.
Yes.
So those are your favorite colors, red, white, and blue.
Yes, they most certainly are. And yes, we are definitely celebrating the fact that sickle cell awareness is imperative.
Yes.
And so we have a wonderful guest this morning who's an advocate for sickle cell.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank
I guess she better come on in. Hey.
Ladies. Hello there, and welcome, Kiana Griffin, to So What's the Problem?
Thank you so much.
So go ahead and introduce yourself to my guests, to my audience.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Griffin, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association.
And we are so happy that you're joining us today, Kiana, because I have some sickle cell traits in my family. And unfortunately, when we don't realize we have the trait, that creates a problem. Is that true?
Yes, very much so. Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and explain to the audience what exactly is sickle cell.
Okay, so I've stated before in past times what sickle cell is. It's an inherited, but sickle cell disease is an actual systemic disease, and it's associated with episodes of acute illness and progressive organ damage. It is one of the most common and severe monogenic disorders worldwide. Now, monogenic disorder is caused by variation in a single gene and is typically recognized by the striking familial inheritance pattern. And though an example is sickle cell anemia, cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy, just to name a few. So that is the actual terminology of sickle cell disease.
Oh my gosh. So it's inherited. It's carried through the generational line, in other words.
It is.
Oh my.
That's important. If you have the trait, you know not to um come together with another person that has a trait to form a family. It's
Mm,
not wise. We wouldn't encourage it. But when people do, and they often do, we just
right,
make that they are educated and they
right.
are familiar with the symptoms and with the situation that can occur, which that is the problem, which it will occur.
Now, is that one of the reasons why I remember back when I got married, we had to have blood tests?
Yes, and that's and it's sad that it's not continuing the
Right,
blood, but it is what it is. So we have to protect ourselves.
right.
With my organization, my goal is to go
Mm-hmm,
ahead and start back with the sickle cell trait test.
mm-hmm.
I finally got in touch with the company that did the sickle cell testing. So
Uh-huh.
that's to get those kits in. And the
Oh,
kit is very simple. You don't have to have a certificate or some kind of degree to do the testing. There's a simple prick to the finger. And when
okay.
I put the stuff in the vial and stir it around in a few minutes, you'll
Uh-huh.
know if you're negative or positive for the actual trait.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yes, and I'm very excited. Yes.
I guess you should be. So is
Yes.
that something your organization will be able to offer?
I definitely will be able to offer it. Of course, it does not come free. So I
Right.
reached out to the company, which is in Nebraska. He sent me
Okay.
information to get the kit. 50, the kit for 50, which is the least amount, is $772. Just
Okay.
that. So I am patronizing, well, not patronizing, but I am, asking, or, do have an organization, a nonprofit. If those that want to give, that's my first mission, is to get those kids. That's my mission.
Oh, that is going to make a tremendous difference,
Yeah.
Kiana. So explain to the audience how it is that you chose sickle cell as your passion.
Miss Laretha and Kiana, I'm so sorry about the interrupting you, but
Yes.
someone has just messaged us and
Uh-huh.
asked for prayer.
Oh.
So, Kiana, I'm going to put you backstage. I need you to check the private chat,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll bring you back in a moment. And Laretha, we're just going to ask if you would say a prayer for those that are affected by sickle cell,
Mm-hmm.
those that specifically, a mother said she feels so guilty because
Mm-hmm.
she passed it along to her child
Oh.
without knowing. So if you could just offer a prayer,
If you don't mind, Angie B, I would much prefer that Kiana be asked to offer the prayer since she is very closely associated as an advocate. She actually helps families and individuals with this disease. So if you don't mind, would you bring Kiana back on?
that'd be great. Thank you,
Kiana, do you
Kiana.
mind offering the prayer, please? We'd appreciate that very much.
Yes. And
Okay, go right ahead.
Lord, we thank you for this mother. We thank you so much for her being able to even have and conceive a baby. But Lord, I ask right now that you give her the peace that surpasses all understanding and can keep her heart and mind at ease. Oh God, allow her to know that it's okay, that she's forgiven and she can forgive herself. Oh God, I thank you for all the resources that you have in the earth that she can have to make sure that the child is successful and has a successful bringing up. Thank you for all the people that she can be in touch with, including myself, to let her know that there is help, that there's no reason to not forgive herself for this situation and a choice that was made. In your mighty name, that this will be a beginning of a new time in her mindset. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. And I apologize for the interruption.
No.
Okay, so Kiana, go ahead and tell us why you were so passionate about sickle cell.
Honestly, I didn't know anything about it. In 2009. I
Uh-huh.
was teaching here in Volusia County School, and I
Okay.
people, children, adults, elderly. I just love people. And so
Right.
I was looking for something else to do because it was just a tug on my heart that I wasn't doing enough. So
Right. I
I looked
understand.
at Penny Saver and I saw that there was a case manager needed for the Volusia County, Flagler County sickle cell. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna get that job. And I
Okay.
called and I got the interview and I got the position. I didn't know what the position held or entailed. I just knew it was a case manager and I dealt with people. So when
Right.
I had literally 108 cases to handle. And I
Wow.
came in and I got explained the position. And I was
Mhm.
under the tutelage of Mrs. Lillian Williams. She made
Okay.
I knew the sickle cell story backwards and forwards. She would take me with her. We even went to University of Central Florida because
Uh-huh.
that year, one of the years I was there, a football player died on the
Mhm.
field because he had been dehydrated
Oh,
severely and he had sickle cell. He didn't have the anemia, he had the trait. But
wow.
because he was severely dehydrated, he passed.
Oh, that's so
She was
sad.
able to go to University of Central Florida. She was able to talk to the students. It was a monumental experience. Not only that, she took us to the Capitol in Tallahassee. I was
Mhm.
able to meet legislatures from the different cities in the state of Florida. How they
Uh-huh.
just really let me know that sickle cell is a very important illness and that people with sickle cell can receive disability. I learned so much under her tutelage. And in 2015, she
Mhm.
resigned because everyone in sickle cell is elderly. I noticed. And so
Right.
I'm one of the younger ones in the entire sickle
Uh,
cell, I would say the sickle cell world.
Okay.
Because of me coming in when I did and learning so much about it, being able to go to the hospital, and when people see me and they see I came to visit their loved one, they get so excited that someone came to see about them. It just really
Yeah.
soothed my heart. And my
Oh.
first client ever was a young man. I went to high school and college with, named Trinity Rain.
Uh-huh.
That was my very first client when I came to do my own sickle cell. My
Okay.
second client was Adrian Thornton. Both of them have since passed away. So you see, it's so important to get education out, to just tell the people how important it is. Sickle cell lives matter. And that's
Yeah.
actually the theme this year. We have a theme, and this
Uh-huh.
year's theme is sickle cell lives matter.
Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. I am so happy that you are so passionate about it. Kiana, now have you been able to encourage others to be just as learned as you are about the disorder?
So I'm a pusher. I push people when they tell me what they want to be. Oh, that's all you had to do is tell me. Now we're
Uh,
gonna find out what you can do. So I found out all of the cities in Florida that have sickle cell organizations. I've contacted them, told them who I was, that I want to meet them. I don't want to steal their ideas. I just want to know what they do so we can do it
right,
together. So
right.
in the city of St. Petersburg, where I used to live before I moved to Daytona,
Uh-huh.
32 years ago, um,
Uh-huh.
reached out to St. Petersburg's office and Tampa's office. Well, there was a young lady there. She had such as gusto as I do. She was
Okay.
on her own. I encouraged her this year. She's gotten her 501(c)(3). She's running in that area. So, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I want everybody in the whole wide world to do this. There should be a sickle cell office in every city and every state in America because
Oh,
we have Bahamas, we have
yeah,
Nigeria, we
yeah,
have Colombia, in the Greek, we have it everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, Kiana, I've always heard that sickle cell predominantly affects African American people. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am. It does predominantly affect African American
Uh,
because the root of sickle cell it came and derived from malaria, and so
oh,
malaria was in the continent of Africa.
okay.
But people didn't just stay in Africa; they ventured off into different parts of the world. So with
Yes,
them, the gene is inside of them. They took that with them, and then as they carry that in their lives, they meet other people. So it spread abroad. So Caucasians have sickle cell. I met
yes.
a lady at the gala. There was a gala for the Democrats. And
Uh-huh.
one of the ladies who they had to see that everyone had to come and see to give their gifts and everything too for that Democratic Party gala. And it was
Right.
the Mary McLeod Bethune gala, my first time attending.
Okay.
She introduced to me, as having a sickle cell organization. She
Uh,
says, "Ooh, ooh," and I was like, "What? What?" So she said, "I lost my friend, my dear friend. She was a Caucasian. She died from sickle cell." And so I said, "I need you to tell the story because some people will not believe it unless someone else says it.
that's
That is
true.
of that descent, that culture, that
That's
people that are Caucasian descent, they do have it. European backgrounds, they do have it, and I know they do."
absolutely. Of course they do.
Yes,
Of
ma'am.
course they do. I mean, so many of our forefathers are of Caucasian descent. And then when they commingle with our race, of course, it just perpetuated it. It spread worldwide. And so I have, like I said, I have the trait in my family, and I do have a nephew who's 5 years old now, and he has suffered tremendously with the effects of sickle cell. And as an outsider looking in, there isn't very much that I can do. But his parents are very learned. I mean, they go out of their way in order to research
Yes.
and to gain more knowledge about sickle cell.
Hey, everybody. Sorry to interrupt. The conversation is getting real good, but we do have a couple of announcements that we need to make. So, you guys, we'll be back in just a minute.
Alrighty.
Tam here, coming to you to let you know something about Favorable Human Services Solutions. This is an organization in which we reach out to make certain that loved ones that are coming home from jail and or prison, they have the skills that are needed to enter into society in a healthy manner. So these are anything from providing them with education, opportunities, employment, housing identification, helping them with counseling, whether it's mental health and or substance use type of services, as well as identifying other community referral type of opportunities for clothing, food, and even dental and healthcare needs. Won't you help us in our crusade as we advocate for those that are re-entering society so they can strengthen themselves and be next wave law-abiding citizens?
We will be back with more of our fabulous interview with Laretha and Miss Griffith about sickle cell awareness. But first, this segment is sponsored in part by Tam McRoy, Favored, Management and Consultative Favor, and now Favored Solutions. Inquire about her services at info@tamsfavor.com. This segment is also sponsored in part by VeluciaBusinessWomen.com. Volusia Businesswomen has our monthly pop-up coming up soon. On the website, you can register your business or your calendar event listing. Authors, ministry leaders, entrepreneurs can come and join us for networking, dining, and light shopping. Pop up at the IHOP. Admission is free. Vendors may send an email to volusiabusinesswomen@gmail.com for more information. You may also search for more information at volusiabusinesswomen.com. Our logo was created by graphic designer Sonia Niles, Divine Doves Design. For your graphic design needs, please contact Sonia at 386-690-2918. Now we're going to bring in Laretha Simon. She has a couple of quick announcements, mainly about today's dental tip.
Hello, everyone. Dr. Robin Quarterman is the owner of Family Dentistry of Daytona Beach. She has been a compassionate dentist here for 30 years. And her dental tip today is to please visit your local dentist at least twice per year.
Right.
If you visit your local dentist at least twice per year to get your teeth cleaned, then that will allow your local dentist to be aware and to possibly prevent any future dental complications. Family Dentistry of Daytona Beach, Florida is located at 244 North Frederick Avenue, right here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Call 386-255-0238. Thank you, Dr. Quarterman, for today's dental tip.
Did you say twice? I need to be going to the dentist twice a year?
2 times a year, just to get your teeth clean. That's once every 6 months.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone should do it. Yes.
I talked to someone recently that said they think they've gone twice since graduating high school, and this was a grown person.
Oh my.
So I truly do appreciate the dental tips. I truly do. I truly do. Listen, Laretha, I know that your guest is very excited and has more information to share, and I am truly grateful for that. But I got to give you a shout out, dear. Lord have mercy, look at you. From fired up last December to now spreading alopecia awareness, sickle cell awareness,
and
breast cancer awareness. Girl, you and your where is my applause? I got to give it up to you, because some people, there you go. There you go. Some people will just say, okay, I'm going to get my own show and I'm going to do my own thing. But you have been spreading awareness and helping to educate the people. So I want to congratulate you for your international Amazon #1 bestseller, Fired Up. And then your second book bestseller, Joy Comes in the Morning. Girl, I kudos.
Yes. And thank you so much, Angie B. And I am also participating with Dr. Vanessa Blackwell's next effort. It's called Joy 365. And I will be on my bio page with this lovely haircut that I'm
so excited for you. So proud of you. And just the glory of the Lord is just all over you. And I do want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Really do. So I'm going to bring your guests back in so you guys can finish this stimulating conversation. And we'll be back with more commercials.
All right.
Hi,
Kiana. Okay, Kiana, my next question is about the complications. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to feel or how you're going to feel if you have the actual disease.
Yes. So if you have the disease, you would know it. You would know it at 6 months. And so you have lived with it. You have received major pain medication for it throughout your life. So as you get older, the changes is the quality of care from the doctors. When you're a child, the doctors seem to have more sensitivity to your disease and care better. But as you cross over that threshold from the child to the adult, you're going to see a major difference in the quality of care. Meaning, when you go to the emergency room, get those cells from this shape back to this shape. Process of you getting IV put in, so those fluids can go ahead and start reshaping those cells and putting the oxygen back in place. It takes a while, so that's the problem with the complications. It's not the fact of the process of it; it's the fact of getting back to get it done.
Right. And in the meantime, you're in pain.
Oh, are you?
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry to hear that. And so when you go to the hospital, you obviously have to go into an emergency room. And from what I understand, Kiana, oftentimes emergency rooms, as well as emergency room doctors here in America, don't necessarily know that you're in pain, and they don't know how to treat your symptoms.
So what it is not necessarily don't know how to, but
Mhm.
they look at those that have sickle cell as drug seekers because they
Oh,
have so much. But the thing is, they're put on narcotics and as strong as morphine as children
oh,
are already conformed to receiving that level of pain medication, so they
uh-huh.
have to continue with it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get them away from using so much of the pain medication to not
Right.
even going to the doctor, well, the
Mhm,
emergency room so much. And it's
mhm,
sad to the point of many of my clients will rather suffer at home versus
mm.
they're being mistreated.
Oh my gosh,
So, and that's the very sad part.
that
And I
is
to
sad.
learn, I've encouraged CBD cream, CBD topicals to them to kind
Right,
of out the pain. They still have to get those cells back to coming from being sickled into
right,
full form. So they still need that hydration to put in them and that
right.
in them. But it will take away the excess of pain. But
Hmm. Well, I have CBD cream myself, and though I don't have sickle cell, occasionally I do. I've got some spray and I've got some cream, and I imagine that it does somewhat help if you use it topically and you massage it into your cells, because does it affect your entire body, or is it just a certain designated area?
it's the
Okay.
area where those cells have clumped together. And you know,
Okay.
our blood vessels are everywhere. So when
Hmm.
it goes through it, it's trying to go through those small vessels, and
Right.
if they'll start to shape like this, they're
Mhm.
and they're stopping. And when they're stopping, it could be their arm, their
Right.
back, their legs. So that's when the pain is excessive.
Oh my gosh. And so what do you do as an advocate? Because I've heard you say that you often have to go to the hospital in order to lend some type of assistance or some type of knowledge, to the hospital staff.
Yes, I do.
Mhm.
I have to get a little stern. So a lot of people see me as the smiling Kiana, but when
Uh-huh,
it comes to them and mistreatment, my whole
uh-huh,
smile turns upside down. The
oh,
first thing I do is I get on the phone and I
uh-huh,
call to speak to the DOE and the nurse that's in charge, and
uh-huh,
I ask them, why are they not? And it's a simple adhering to their chart. But
right.
now, we have a lot of travel nurses and travel doctors, and
That's
they're
true.
into
That's
one to
true.
experiment on sickle cell clients. Oh, well,
Okay.
let's try this, try to give the medicine this way. When the orders are directly in the chart, they want
Uh-huh.
to try to use them as a guinea pig. Well, let's see if they can go without. Oh, really? So
Oh
first thing
yeah.
is I call. And if I can't get through with the phone call, then I'm getting up, putting on clothes. And then when I get there, everything changes when I get there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because I'm going in and I want to know who's in charge, and I want to know where the nurse. I want to take a picture of the chart because I want to go ahead and I'm going to the supervisor after I finish this
Right.
conversation. But it's like as soon as I get there, they stand back. Oh, they've given it a medicine, but why do they have to take me to call you to do your job?
And in the meantime, the patient is suffering. I mean, they would not have sought emergency treatment if they had not been in severe pain.
Exactly, for a long length of time,
Oh my,
hours.
wow. So what can we do is that education? What is that?
Oh, definitely. So there's a lot of education. It's free education as well. And you
Hmm.
can Google it, sickle cell information. That's
Hmm.
just a share. But then when it comes to the hospital, this is what it is. We
Oh,
have to go in packs. See, they won't mistreat you if you have people around you. They
that's
don't
true.
do that when it's a person by themselves. And a lot
Right.
of times the families are at work or they can't come to the hospital.
That's
And
true.
when you make time and you sit there, they won't
Mhm.
do that when you have a lot of people that are watching and looking and asking questions. They know to stay on their P's and Q's.
I
It's a
am.
question on the do I ask the question and answer it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the question is, how are my donations used by your organization? When
Right.
you send a donation, Depending on, you can say, okay, I want to send donations for or education, or I want to send a donation to help you to get those kits.
Okay.
Your donation is coming to help my organization in different ways. I follow the AIM program, and the Lord gave me that program. He gave me the program, and it's AIME. A is for advocacy, I is for inspiration, M is for motivation, and E is for education. So in all of those acronyms, your donations will go to one of those programs to advocate when I go to the doctor or go to the hospital and I put gas in my car. I thank you because you've helped me to get to where I need to go. Even when I take my clients to the grocery store, I check on them for the storm, making sure I know I'm okay, making sure they're okay. Because some of them need things, so that your donations help greatly. Education. Some of them, one of them was not able to graduate and finish school. So I'm going to make sure that I hire that person. He will never have to worry about a job again in life, because that's my goal, is to hire those. All of my clients already know they have a job with me, and I'm going to train them to go and do the same thing I'm doing, because I have 4 counties.
So you have 4 counties.
I do.
Okay, what are your 4 counties, Kiana?
Volusia County, East and West. That's one county. The second one is north of us is Flagler County. That's Palm Coast and Bunnell area. Then next to them is St. Johns County. That's St. Augustine. And then next to them, that's Putnam County. And in Putnam County, you have Crescent City, Palaca. So I searched to find out where is advocacy needed. So I see in Florida, right here by me, there are counties all the way up to Clay. And then you have a sickle cell organization in Jacksonville.
Oh my gosh. Kiana, you really do need the donation. So I'm going to encourage everyone to donate to Kiana Griffin and the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association. I mean, she really has integrity and she has purpose, and she is not going to take advantage of what you offer to her as funding is concerned. Now, do you have any federal funding available? It seems like we need more federal funding, Kiana.
So let me tell you how good God is. So it used to be nationally, the amount that was given to the National Sickle Cell Association was $7 million. That's a little bit of money. Nationally, that means the whole wide world. So September 15th this year, there is a bill introduced as a federal bill and passed on to the House from 4 different people. 2 state representatives. So remember, when we have, I'm learning still about politics. Whenever we vote, that's why it's so important that we vote for those that make decisions on our behalf. So the House, remember HS, things go to the House first, then they're passed on to the Senate to get approved. So Miss Barbara Lee, we're going to keep these people in prayer. Miss Barbara Lee is a California state representative. Mr. Daniel Davis is an Illinois state representative. Mr. Cory Booker is in the Senate, and Mr. Chris Van Halen in the Senate. These 4, along with the grassroots representatives, have presented a federal bill for sickle cell. Put more dentists. I heard you say about dentistry. It will put more availability for dentist care, for health care, for getting advocacy. Like me, I'm a CBO. I'm a community-based organization in my community. Meaning I go on behalf of my community, and I give education. I'm giving education now, and I advocate. This will help annual testing. A lot of the clients aren't able to get annual testing, meaning go to their primary care doctor. They go to the hospital, but my goal is to make sure they know who their primary care doctor is, make sure they make appointments, and make sure they go to those appointments. Because just going to the emergency room is not enough for them. No,
that is not enough.
That
is not enough.
This bill will be in the amount of $535 billion yearly, and that will help not only in the state of Florida, but I've gotten down all the states that have sickle cell organizations. There are 49 countries that represent sickle cell. Worldwide. It is worldwide.
It is worldwide. Oh my gosh. Kiana, this sounds amazing. So how do we find out more about this bill? Is there a number associated with it? Usually when stuff goes from the House to the Senate, there's a bill. So when you find out more about that, please let us know.
put the actual website in the bottom. Yes, I did get it. I screenshotted it from the meeting. So I need to put it
Okay.
in the bottom. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that sounds fantastic. Oh my gosh.
You can follow along with me because I'm following it.
Okay. I would love to do that. So Kiana, this is unbelievable that that sickle cell, I mean, it's a worldwide phenomenon. It affects so many people. And you know, I seldom meet anyone that says I have sickle cell disease. I mean, so how would you even know? How do you find out?
It's a conversation piece. You have to get to know. It's with anyone in the world. It's a relationship. It's not. It's talked about at all the time. As a matter of fact, some of my clients don't even want to tell anyone they have sickle cell because they're looked at. If they don't know the facts of it, they're looked at. God, I can catch something. It's not contagious.
Right.
It's within the gene, within the bloodstream of those that carry it.
Right.
And sickle cell disease affects approximately 100,000 Americans. It is actually 1 out of every 365 Black American births carry the disease.
Right.
Every 16,300 Hispanic American births, and 1 in 13 Blacks are born with the trait. So the trait is not the disease, but with the trait, you're a carrier, and you can meet someone else that has the trait, and you can come together, and you all can have children that have the disease.
So Kiana, your fundraiser, I'm so excited about it. The Levi Long Sickle Cell Gala is for the purpose of raising funding to help you locally. And because I think have you decided on a date when you're going to have it?
So I spoke with Bethune-Cookman. They did close down.
Right.
But they're going to come back on Monday to assess the buildings and everything. We're going to decide on Monday. I am looking at October 21st.
Oh.
I'm looking at that date.
Okay.
That I don't want to be the time with breast cancer awareness. And honestly, as a community connector, when there's another gala in town, I think we all should get behind that, what they're doing, and push it.
Absolutely.
There's another one coming up October 7th. And that's with Miss Dolores family, Lucas Butt's family. I know they're honoring our chief of police, and that's the 7th. So I'm not looking.
Oh, really?
Someone else is having something, because I think we should push. Whenever someone's having, we all should get behind them, push them, and then we'll get that same pushback.
Absolutely. And I believe he's done a fantastic job. I attended the event at City Hall when they installed him, and it was a great day. It really was. We were so proud.
Yes, I'm proud that he's a fellow Wildcat.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Fellow Wildcat, hail BCU. And Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, I get so proud every time I pass her statue, because she's just standing there just as bold, overlooking Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune Boulevard.
Yes. Black Roses, and we entered to learn, and we have departed to serve. We are out here in these streets.
Yes, and that is her legacy, and she has passed that on to all of her students.
Yes, she has.
Well, I am so proud of you, Kiana. I mean, you're the type of passionate person that we all need to be responsible for these community-based organizations, because where would we be without community-based organizations?
Yes, ma'am. We need it so much so. Yes.
And so tell me a little bit more about your Live at 9. I understand you have, you do a Facebook Live. Do you do that nightly or weekly, or tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. So I made up in my mind, and I've decided, because one parent told me that lives in Orlando. She lives in Orlando. She told me, she said, they had a family member that had sickle cell, and she said she didn't know what information she needed until she saw one of my lives. So I said that encouraged me to know I need to get on more. So I go live at 9 nightly.
Okay.
Except on Saturdays and Sundays, I'll do Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Because then I shared it with other CBOs around the world. We had a meeting. And I think if we do that, that's how we can get the information out more as well. And you don't have to be nervous. This is for any organization. You don't have to be nervous, because you don't see people. You're looking inside. You're literally looking at yourself.
Uh-huh.
And you can have your phone next to you like a teleprompter to read off information. Your eyes are still looking this way, focused. And
Uh-huh.
you give information, you share it, others share it, and you get it out more and more. You can answer questions on the live, and it gives you a connection with your audience and the community, because we need information to get out so much so. And this is
Oh,
our
we do.
platform right now. Yes, this is our platform.
This is our platform, and it's a great platform. It's called social media.
Yes.
And even if you only use Facebook, I understand there are 600, I think 600 million posts per day just on Facebook alone.
Wow.
And just imagine if each one shares it, because we all have different friends in different areas of the world.
Yes.
And so, yeah, it does make a huge difference, Kiana.
Yes.
It really does. Now, I have seen the Levi Long. As a matter of fact, you attended one of our pop-up shops at the Volusia County Library recently, and I'm telling you, we were just amazed because you provided us with so much information that we weren't aware of.
Yes, ma'am. And so another thing that when you all donate and you give to my organization, it helps me with training. There is so much training around the world. Gratefully, the national, I believe it's going to be virtual again this year. Our National Association is located in Baltimore, Maryland. I've already spoken to all of them, and I'm getting ready to be a part of the National Association. So you'll see when you Google, you'll see a CBO named the Levi Sickle Cell Association with
Okay.
the of the organization. I'm so excited.
Oh,
Yes,
you should
yes,
be.
yes, ma'am. And so
You should be.
we have our National Association in October.
Uh-huh.
We also have trainings throughout the year. I'm anxious to go to the one that they have in Mobile, Alabama. It's a
Okay.
3-day training, and you get to stay in a hotel, you get to do presentations, and you get a certificate that lets you go out and be a certified social trainer for sickle cell after you get finished with that training. We meet
Oh.
doctors and surgeons and people all over the world, Africa. They all come from all over the world to learn things that we need to know. Updated medicine that's being taken. Hydroxyurea is a main medicine, but they have new medications now. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
New medications other than morphine.
Oh, yes. Yes. Way more so. And more penicillin. Penicillin was used in the back. Amoxicillin was used back in the day. So medicine, of course, update and get better as time goes forward. Yes.
Oh my gosh. And God created medicines. And so they use plants mostly to derive these medications. So that's amazing. Now, I was on one of your websites and I was impressed because you have all kinds of information. What is sickle cell disease? I
Yes.
mean, this stuff is so informative, Kiana.
You can go on, you can Google sickle cell, you can Google my organization, you can Google any organization. One in Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, they're all over the United States. Some people are in areas they don't even know that they have a sickle cell organization there. Guess what? Go ahead and Google it. Jump aboard. Ask, what can you do to help? If you want to start your own, the only rule is you cannot be at least 50 miles from another organization in your area.
Okay.
But you can start your very own. And I started out without my 501c3. When I first began, you can take donations towards your 501c3, but make sure you don't tell anyone that you are a 501c3 when you're not. You don't.
Right.
You always you get a business account. You separate. You have your business separate from your personal. Everything separate, and you can be a awesome organization. Go, go, go.
Go, go, go.
501c3. Oh,
Yes.
that's wonderful. Okay, well, listen, I know VolusiaBusinessWomen.com needs a tax write-off. So we gonna sponsor a portion of your $75 membership so that you can have a website URL. I wanted to announce that.
Very good.
Yep. Oh my goodness, this is great.
I was just going to mention. So I went to Palatka. Putnam County is one of my areas, and I don't know strangers. And it's so good for you all to know people, and you get to know people. So with me I went to a book signing of a young lady named Cora Fair. She wrote an awesome book. And so at the book signing, just speaking, talking, the photographer, his cousin in Miami has her own sickle cell association. I said, call her right now. So I
Wow.
talked to her on the phone, and she encouraged me to go ahead and get my other thing that you can do. You can get a letter from the Department of Agriculture where you can receive up to $1 million in donations. So I did that, and I got my letter.
Okay. Awesome.
Praise the
Awesome.
Lord.
About meeting people, getting to know it, and getting the information out there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's always who you know.
That is
It's
true.
always who you know.
That is true. Okay, Miss Kiana, we're gonna put you backstage for just a little bit. Laretha,
Yeah.
what was that you used to say? Who knew? Who knew? Oh,
Yes,
Miss
yes,
Griffin
yes.
knows. She is loaded with
Yes, she is with knowledge and grace. Yes,
Oh, my
she
goodness.
really is. We are just very grateful. That's East and West Volusia County,
Mhm.
Flagler County, St. Johns County, and Putnam County.
Well, before the show gets off the air, I just want to I just have a couple of quick announcements to make.
Okay.
Just
All right.
really quick. I know that there are people that are in shopping mode, of
Mhm.
course, because holidays are coming up and birthdays are coming up, and sometimes you just don't know what to get anybody.
Right.
Please visit VolusiaBusinessWomen.com. There's a
Mhm.
shop section.
Yes.
There's a shop section. So
Yes,
you-
and we love the shop section
we do.
because you can shop for audiobooks that are
Mhm.
professionally narrated by Angie B Productions. And you may also shop for my 2 books. I have 2 paperback books on the Volusia Business Women shop page.
Mhm.
And they have propelled me to this platform. And so it's so important to spread the good news.
Yeah.
And the good news is, of course, that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and that he died and sacrificed his life so that we could live eternally, and that he rose again. He is alive. Jesus is alive. And so Kiana Griffin is an excellent spokesperson for the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association. So we are asking everyone to donate. You can read about her, how to reach her and how to contact her at the bottom of the screen.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, Laretha, we're going to be back in just a minute. I
Okay.
got a couple of special announcements for you.
All right.
So, advisory is highly recommended before listening to this audiobook. Sexual content is included. Confinement Chronicles, the inspirational audiobook series produced by Angie B Productions, is now emerging from the curve in 2021. You are now listening to Volume 2 in this series, and it is entitled The Single Saved Struggle. Our next story is titled The Value of Virginity, and it was written by Laretha Simon. Whether your virginity was stolen or consensual, virginity is valuable and still has its place in our society. My virginity was stolen. What is a virgin? The very first mention of the word virgin in Genesis chapter 24, verse 16. The woman Rebecca was very beautiful, a virgin. No man had ever slept with her. This is an emergency. Emergency transportation costs can be more devastating than the accident. Join AMBA for a free seminar on how to secure emergency air and ground transportation coverage and protect yourself and loved ones from unexpectedly high costs. A MASSA Emergency Transportation Seminar is coming up soon. Medical Air Services Association Incorporated, MASSA, has safeguarded futures since 1974, with over 2 million members. MASSA benefits include ground ambulance, helicopter ambulance, fixed wing air ambulance, and many more. There is a free seminar coming up soon. Contact your MASSA representative, Debbie Scarborough, at 229-392-6983. That's 229-392-6983. Or send an email to debbie.scarborough@amba.info. A member of the Georgia Retired Educators Association. Protect yourself and loved ones from unexpectedly high costs. Medical Air Services Association, Incorporated. Before we end today's show, I just want to thank Ms. Griffin for her dedication. You know, you run into so many people that say, I've started a nonprofit organization, and you just don't know where your money's going, or you just don't see the fruit of their labor. And her fruit has been planted in good soil, and it has sprouted. And so thank you so much, Ms. Griffith. Now we're going to bring back Laretha, and she's going to close out the next 10 or 15 minutes with our guest. We are still accepting questions. So if you have a question, you can text it to the number that is now on the screen. Thank you, Laretha.
Thank you. Okay, Kiana, I'd also like everyone to know that you provide all types of information. Do you all see this flyer? The Levi Long sickle cell, okay? This is available. All you have to do is contact Kiana Griffin. And you might also please remember that the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association is presenting a Night to Remember. It's a fundraiser for the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association. It's going to be October 21st is the date we're looking at. It's a Friday. It's going to be here in Daytona Beach, Florida at the Bethune-Cookman Civic Engagement Center. So I will continue to announce that on my weekly show. I'll continue to post that. And I am just in awe of Kiana Griffin. Thank you, Kiana.
Thank you all so much. Keep me in your prayers, that I keep the fight, I stay the course, that I don't get distracted or discouraged. I stay self-motivated, because it's not easy all the time when you don't have a great back. But I'm very motivated. This fight is a real big fight.
It's a huge fight, and it's a fight that we have got to win. So, Kiana, I will certainly remember what you said, to keep you in our prayer, and to keep your passion about sickle cell in our prayer. We're also going to stay in touch with the $535 billion bill that is currently in the House. And we're praying that not only will it be sent to the Senate, but that it will be approved. Those funds are imperative. They're imperative. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Kiana?
Yes, I would love for ideas. If you have ideas, something you can do in the city to promote awareness, I don't shy away from them. I push them away. I don't know everything.
Right.
So you have ideas. We have June 19th is World Sickle Cell Day at the Band Shell. I want ideas for that, so we can all come together. It's Father's Day weekend, But I would love for us to do probably music in the park, have a live band. You all bring your fathers out. You can,
Okay.
serenade. They can get serenade. I'm thinking a lot of good ideas. So you all offer your ideas to me. I'm on Facebook under Leave Alone Sickle Cell Association. I'm on Instagram. You can even inbox my personal Kiana Griffin or Kiana Diane Griffin, because I had 5,000 friends, so I had to have another page. But I love ideas. I'm open to ideas. If you want to volunteer, you have students that would like to volunteer. I have 2 students at FAMU. They're from here, but they're at FAMU, and they needed some volunteer hours. They're able to do things from Tallahassee on virtual for me. So if you need, reach out to me. I would love to give you something to do to earn those hours.
Oh, wow. That's amazing, Kiana. Thanks again so much. And everyone, please watch Kiana Griffin. She's live at 9 on Facebook. You can check out her Facebook page and do what you can to help us. This is a huge effort. It's a huge effort, and it's going to take all of us. Thanks again, Kiana Griffin. I look forward to seeing you again soon. I look forward to attending A Night to Remember.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I have the new date as soon as.
And I will certainly promote it. Thanks again. Thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Kiana. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, we learned so much, Laretha. Thank you.
We did. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I never, as a child, I could never understand why they said sickle cell was a Black person's disease.
Right.
Well, I mean, everything started from Africa.
It did.
The good, the bad, the well.
Yes, from the motherland.
Yeah, everything did. Everything did. So I know that you have a special speaking engagement coming up.
Oh, I certainly do.
I don't want you to go into too many details about it. But I know you speak on the topic of recovering from, physical attack.
Yes.
I know you speak on, tell me what are the topics, all the topics you speak on now.
Well, mostly I give my testimony. My testimony concerns not just sexual assault, sweetie. It was rape. Okay. And as a result of that, I am certainly, I counsel, I'm willing to speak to and listen to anyone who has been traumatized by sexual assault or rape.
Right.
So as a trauma and survivor coach, what helped me was someone listening to me. And then, of course, there's my Fired Up book. In it, I give details, not too many details, about what happened to me when I was raped and how I recovered, how I survived. You have to not only speak out and tell someone, but you have to forgive.
And Laretha, I appreciate the fact that not only did you participate in this book that went international #1 bestseller, but as a result of that, you are now a trauma and survivor coach.
Right.
That always encourages me. That always encourages me.
Yes, because you do need to tell someone. You cannot keep it in. It's only going to hurt you inevitably. And though you're angry and you're just so full of rage because of what happened to you, trust me, you have got to get over it. Eventually you will, but it starts with talking to someone.
Amen. And then you are known as the pen of a ready writer. You're writing, you're listening, you're ministering to people.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I pray that people not only contact you for speaking opportunities, that they contact you to purchase your books and contact you because you are a giver. Somebody needs to give Laretha Simon. There's her PayPal down there. Somebody needs to give that to Laretha, because if Laretha get $2, she gonna give away $1.50. She is. So y'all please do a little donation so that she can go ahead and donate. And if you just don't want to donate, you need to obtain her services because she is an entrepreneur. Okay. YOLO social media promotion is blowing up your book, business, ministry, or event with content and comments. She
Yes.
is our social butterfly, and her
Right.
rates are affordable. Check out her satisfied clients, management and consultative favor, Dr. Quarterman, Family Dentistry of Daytona Beach, and of course Angie B and Barty Productions. So I'm thrilled. I am thrilled to be a part of the blessings that you are receiving and sharing with others. Okay.
Thank you so much. And God certainly used Angie B and Barty Productions to bestow so many blessings unto me. And
Well,
I am eternally grateful. Thank you so much. It's just a pleasure to be associated with Angie B and Barty Productions. They're the
thank
best.
you, folks. Okay, well, that's it for today's episode. But Aretha, don't go anywhere because later on we got to talk about Volusia Business Women. So we're
Yay!
going to get out of here and we'll be back. If it is the Lord's will, we'll all be back together again Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with another episode of So What's the Problem?
So what's the problem? I'll see you all then. Thanks for joining me.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You see, there's just one thing I would like to know. What's the problem? What's the problem? Tell me, what's your problem? So what's the problem? Five, four, three, two, one. What's the problem? Tell me, what's the problem? So what's the problem? Tell me. Five, four, three, two, one. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wanna know. Oh, tell me. So what's the problem? I wanna know. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wants to know. So what's the problem?